All right. Share screen.
All right.
Ooh, fancy.
Nice.
It actually wasn't hard once you got through it. It was just getting your mind around it. So
Yeah.
um,
Do you want to start with the solver data tab?
yeah, let's change over here. So first thing I did here is I went down to put these ones at the bottom here, the profit, and did a calculation of what the profit would be, which is basically the cost times how many plants of each one added together.
Uh-huh.
So just and then I put a place here for square feet, which I converted over. I looked up, I think I got it right, 43,560 square feet per acre.
Okay.
And just times that by an input on the dashboard, because it asks you to put an input on the dashboard of what size land you have. So that's why it's that instead of just the 1.2 times it. I got it related back to this input here of how many acres you got.
Okay.
So,
cool.
So that's there. And then I just did a calculation here how many square feet were used by adding up how many plants times how many square feet you needed per plant once you did the solver. So this row times the square feet per plant is all this is added up.
Okay.
So that I did all that before I did the solver thing. So that you have cells to refer to with formulas in it. So
right.
So if I go to
data into your
solver. Okay. So my objective is the profit, right? Is that what it said in there?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's right. Yeah, we want to know what's the maximum profit.
So I click.
You still there?
16.
I think we're losing you, David. It's cutting in and out.
Remix.
Where?
Are we back?
Hear you.
Okay.
You're cutting in and out.
Oh no.
We've lost him.
Oh shoot. David, can you hear us?
Can you hear me now?
Oh no, he's gone.
I'm sure he'll jump back on.
Hopefully.
So with step one, set up the Excel solver model that'll help our faculty farmer determine how many of each type of vegetable plant so that he can make as much profit as possible. Excel should put the results in the quantity to be planted column. So are we supposed to run a solver for that column as well?
So basically, we just want the solver to tell us what the maximum number or the maximum profit we can get from or out of only using 1.2 acres, which is 52,272 square feet. We also have a constraint on the ground required per plant. So that was the part that I was kind of working on now, is getting that the ground required in. You're back?
I guess. I don't know what happened. I could see and hear you guys fine. I don't know.
It kicked you off.
So I just went and reset, came back in. So
well, let's try again.
Hopefully doesn't do that again to us.
It might be my internet. My internet's been really bad the last couple of weeks. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on.
All right, where did you guys let me? We picked our objective, which was the profit cell.
Right.
The profit cell.
Which has the formula to add the profit together.
Mm-hmm.
And the profit is just the quantity planted times per plant, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the quantity to be planted times profit per plant. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
And
you did
that's
those all individually.
Well, he did the constraints individually. The constraints.
That's right. I couldn't. That's one thing I didn't get. You could group something.
Yeah, you can group the constraints.
So if I go, I'd like to try that. So let me go back here. I'm gonna clear this out. Anyway, let's get rid of this.
You might have to get rid of your constraints. So those subjects to be constrained.
Okay.
Constraints. You might have to just click on each one of those.
Get rid of them.
Uh-huh.
Oh, now it's giving me a problem. Okay. Won't let me go anywhere. All right, I'm gonna try something here.
Cell must be single
Yeah,
cell.
I think you selected your objective cell to be like your quantity to be planted. I think you just need to set it back to the profit.
Okay, so here.
There. Yeah, just set it back
profit.
to the profit. Yeah. Now you should be fine to do what you need.
Okay, let's do this. I'm just gonna go.
So are those in that column, the quantity, those were just numbers, correct?
Well, those numbers are what came up after I did the solver.
Right.
Okay.
Based on the constraints.
So before I did the solver, I just had this stuff here. So I have the profit, square footage, and square footage used, but no numbers.
Square footage used, you do F times C. Okay.
Yeah, so the quantity times the how many square feet per plant.
Yep. Okay.
And the profit was just the quantity times the price per plant, or profit per plant.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
And the square feet, like I said, will be an input of 1.2 acres right now from the front page.
And so an acre is 400 or 43,560 square feet.
Yep.
Okay.
So my input times that equals my square feet available. So.
Okay.
All right. So now let's do the solver thing here. Let's just start fresh. So I'll go pick my input, which is the profit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pick my cells that are, I'm going to max it out, my profit. And then I'm going to pick the cells. These ones right there.
Be
all my quantities to be planted is my input, or that cells. So put that in there. And then let's get rid of all this and we can start fresh.
I wonder if you can just like control and click on each one to see if
or reset all maybe.
Oh yeah, there you go. Reset all. Perfect.
Okay, reset everything. Let's start over. Okay. Profit. Input. Max. I'm going to change it by the cells, which are these ones. That. And then I'm going to add. Now you said you could group things together.
So what you can do is you can take the quantity to be planted column and grab all those.
So that just grabs them all.
And then we want all of those to be less than
or equal to
the one in the maximum number of plants. That's one of our constraints. Meaning that
that's what he meant by oops, I did the wrong thing. Okay, click in there. Oh, that's how when he said that in the tutorial, I wasn't real sure what he meant.
Yep. And then the next constraint is that
the land.
The land, yeah.
So this available has to be less than or equal to what was used.
Yes. Do you have a formula in that D16 square feet of land used?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
I have. It's just basically, well, it is.
Be sure to click back on your B16. You're setting the objective. Yeah.
Okay, so those two are constraints. Was that the only constraints we needed anyway?
I think so, yeah.
So I'm going to do solve. Well, let's go down. Let's add this one here. One more. This has to be an integer.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Oh,
I messed up.
Yeah, no, just hit
this. Oops.
No, that was correct.
Just hit cancel.
Just hit cancel. You already added the other one.
Okay, it has to be an integer.
Okay, so pause for just a second. Sorry. So C is less than equal to D.
So C16. C16, which is the land available.
Okay, it has to be less than or
less
equal
than
to
what you. Well, wait a minute. Did I get it backwards?
Oh yeah, I think it's backwards. Yeah.
Yeah, the used has to be less than the available, right?
So
just switch your sign there. Greater than
No, I'd probably just switch.
So what's
land used?
Land used has to be less than or equal to the land available.
Yep. Oh, you forgot to click on the other.
Shoot.
And just get rid of it.
Okay. Land used. Oh, gee.
Yeah. It's just adding that now.
Land used. Finish.
Be sure to click
Move over.
Yep. Has to be less.
Has to be less than or equal to what's available.
And then hit OK. Don't hit add.
Okay. So that has to be less than that.
And then F has to be less than C. Okay.
So all of F here, any one of these has to be less than
the maximum supplier that we can get.
Yeah, the maximum supplier in E here, what you can available to get. Yeah. So that should be the solver. If I hit solve, fills in all the buttons.
No, what's your can you click on your square feet of land used? Okay.
That's basically the sum. Formula? That's how many you're going to plant times how much per plant.
How many square feet it requires. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the one that I didn't figure out quite yet. That one's not too bad. All right, cool. So that gives us our maximum profit.
Which was interesting to me. There's some zeros in there, so it must assume some of them aren't worth planting.
Right. So
to get the best profit. So.
Yep. Exactly.
That kind of threw me off going, why is there zeros in there? So anyway.
It tells them that you better don't even mess around with potatoes or corn.
Yeah, they're not worth the money.
But tomatoes are where it's at.
Okay, so then I made a dashboard. On that dashboard, I have a place to enter my acres available, which is 1.2 at this time. And then I added, that was up in, insert. Okay. I inserted these. I forget the names. Can't remember which one it is now.
It's that one to the far right, right? That one.
Yep, it's that
option button.
The option buttons, yep.
So I added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 option buttons.
Okay.
And I did do like the video showed, I put one down, then copied it 8 times. Then I went in and changed the name to match the type of crop, corn, potatoes, squash, whatever. And then I attached, so if I go here, I have cell C4, which is right here. I just changed the color of the input so you don't see it, is my cell that tells me the number. So if I cancel, let's see. So if I go in here, home, go back to, there's my number. Okay. Showing up for whichever one I pick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, referring to the number of row
that's what it's referencing to pull the bottom numbers.
Yeah, so that's giving you a number that you can use a index to refer back to this. I selected all this as my array, I guess you call it. Go back to dashboard. So that was my array, was that area on the, and then I gotta click in here so I can see what it says. So my array was that back on the solver data, and my row number refers to this cell that's linked to these. So this represents which row they're on, so that gives you the row number to put in there. So my dashboard for this one tells them what row to go, depending on which one they click.
And then you got your column number.
And then column number, which was weird, is 1 for the first one, 2. Oops, I just messed up.
Escape.
Okay. 2 for the second one, 3 for the third one, 4 for that one, and 5. So it just matches up to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 columns. I had a little problem there. I couldn't drag my formula across. I did, but it didn't change the column number. So, which was weird.
That's probably, yeah, you'd probably have to input a cell.
Oh, because it wouldn't drag across and change that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for
you could
me.
Probably do you could probably use a match. I think match gives you column number.
To index match.
Yeah, and then if you referenced one of the anything in column 1, it would just reference that first column, and then you could drag it over because it would drag over the match.
Okay. So I don't know if I'll be in trouble for not doing that or not, but it
works.
It's there. So it is a formula still. So that way, when you click on whatever you want, corn.
Changes.
Okay. Corn, potatoes, whatever. It changes this number, which changes the number up in here, and pulls in the data for that. So
awesome. That's not too bad at all.
And so then I just kind of did some formatting, and I just copied this headings over here to match that up.
So it talks about like if he had 2 acres.
So
and then
what we would do
the solver.
Yeah, so I didn't know what you do there, because you go in here and you say I got 2 acres, okay? Enter. Nothing's going to change unless you go back to this page.
And
you have to run the solver again.
Yeah.
Data and
now
run
your
solver.
Available is 87,120.
Yeah. So then if I solve, recalculates it. Now we're planting corn and potatoes.
Yeah. So now your front page obviously will reflect.
All these will pull in the new data.
Yep.
Huh. Cool.
Now I didn't find a way, because you have to go back to the solver data to do the solver. You can't do it from this page. Because
Yeah,
there's no
'cause
solver on that page.
Right. The solver's on the other page. Yeah.
Yeah, it's per sheet.
Yeah.
Yep. No, it talks about that in the video, how you have to make sure to run the solver again.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know whether to put in here, enter acres available and run solver on sheet 2. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that assumed?
I wonder if you above and beyond and put another do a macro, even though macro
We
is
haven't
the
quite
next
learned that yet.
assignment.
Yeah. I'm excited for that one. I haven't looked at that yet.
Yeah, it's fun. You put you could record a macro of running the solver and then put a button on the front page
to run the solver.
Macro is, I hope it explains that. I'm assuming it will.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not
macros in the past, but not very in depthly, and I copied a bunch of stuff.
They
like
sound very technical. When you say macro, it really sounds like you know what you're doing.
That's right.
Yeah. Well,
Smart.
when you learn how to write the code for a macro,
Right.
that's when you're legit. I don't know how to do that.
Maybe you can help me on one thing. I line all this up by eyesight.
Yeah.
Is there something that aligns all those? You can just.
Not that I know of.
Yeah, I don't think there is.
If you look closely, they're not perfectly aligned.
Right.
So,
yeah, I don't know. That's
you could. I mean, if you wanted to just create like a box, like that C, like that the C column, just do a box around that, like a line on the left on the left side. Then line them up, and then you could get rid of the line on the left side. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Just
so
that as a reference, but you can't
you highlight the C7.
Yeah.
And drag it down to C 15.
It's not gonna let me.
Okay. Yeah. There you go. And then you go to your home tab
and just put a left
and then
line.
do a left column. Yeah, exactly. And then left border. Either way, it doesn't matter.
Too late. Anyway.
And then line up that way, and then you can take away that border.
Yeah. So it's still by eyesight, but nothing that you can grab them and just say align all these together.
No. Yeah. Not that I know.
You can do that on charts when you're doing charts. You click on all the charts, and you can say align, and it'll align all the edge of the charts together. So I've done that, but anyway, that's that.
All right. Well,
Sounds good.
Looks good. Yeah. That one wasn't too bad.
Like I said, once I figured out, I went back and went through the 2 tutorials on both these buttons and other solver once or twice.
Yeah.
Where are the buttons again? Buttons are in which tab?
The
data
tab
is solver. Developer. Insert is where the buttons are. These here. So
okay. Perfect.
So I grab that and go put a button there.
Okay. Cool. Well, that looks good. Yes.
Okay.
We'll,
way to go.
Macros.
Macros is this Thursday. Is that right?
I should know what they are by the next time we meet.
Yeah, I did both of the assignments yesterday. So